What's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. This show is a mess. I have a lot to say, especially about the scene that took place with Martel, Latisha, and her protector, her husband. Girl, let's just get into it. All right, let's just talk. We just gonna talk. Oh, okay. We're gonna try to wrap this up in 30 minutes because I need to fix me something to eat. So the episode starts off with Kimmy and Melody. Kimmy goes to Melody's home. I said, girl, Kimmy must just really need to shoot a scene. She or either she looks at Melody as just a coworker. She just looks at this as a job. Because, girl, just a couple of hours ago, we're not gonna sit here and pretend that Melody wasn't trying to insinuate that your husband was out in these streets, girl, with somebody's lipstick on his face. Okay? We know what Melody was trying to insinuate. We're not gonna sit and play that game. So for Kimmy to kind of like turn around and now be at her house breaking bread with her, girl, we can feel how we want to feel about Marceau, Maurice, or whomever else is on the show. Girl, those ain't our friends. And I guess clearly, it's just weird to me that Kimmy kind of just popped up at Melody's house again so quickly. I will say this though about that Miss Melody, honey, baby. I don't know what Melody is putting on her skin. I say this thing looks good. Melody looks every bit of 26, 27 years old, and I'm not even exaggerating. I don't know if Melody had on that makeup, no makeup, but Melody's skin ain't want to be played with. Now I don't know if she using her skin products. Miss Thing is drinking water. That's all I will get. You can't take it, you girl. You can't take it away from her. Miss Thing was looking good. I said, "Ooh." I said, "Girl, what's she putting on her skin? Girl, give us the recipe. Give us the 411. What's the skin regimen, Miss Melody Rogers? We want to know." Melody look every. I'm saying Melody don't look no older than 28. Mama looks good. Okay. Um, Kimmy is basically telling Melody about the story about Chris supposedly being involved in, Latricia and Martel meeting up. Mel says she's not surprised that Chris probably has something to do with it, being that Chris was a cheater. Y'all already know I don't mind tugging on Melody's wig. Y'all know I have a back and forth with Melody. But one thing I will give Miss Thing again is, girl, Miss Thing is standing on big business. girl, I'm not no hater. I give the girls their flowers when they deserve their flowers. Miss Melody is standing on big business. I bet you she repeated the same thing to Chris' face. I bet you whatever she told Kimmy in her dining room about Chris, girl, having wandering penis. Girl, I bet you she repeated it. I bet she repeated the same thing to Chris' face in front of that popcorn store. I said, "Oh, she's standing on big business today." I said, "No, that's right." We'll get into it though. Um, Kimmy tells Melody that Latricia said she thinks she's messy. Now, this is what Melody girl we got. I got to refresh her memory. Melody claims that she doesn't care about the circle of men that Trish has going on, but you kind of do, because didn't you invite Latricia out for lunch or dinner to try to get to the bottom of when she went to see Martel. You care. And it wasn't just Latricia putting you in the midst of her business. You kind of got in her business. Yes. Now let me say this. Be very clear. I have said, and I'm saying it again. You know, sometimes the girls forget that I say stuff, but I know what I say on my channel. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I forget. But anyways, I have said that Latricia is trifling for going on that girls' trip, knowing that she had been to Martel's home. She could have at least told Melody, sat down with Melody, shot a scene with Melody, and said, "Hey, girl, I'm just meeting you. We didn't know each other, but I just want to give you a heads up because I'm coming on a trip that you're hosting. That girl, I did go to Martel's house when you were separated from him. The simple fact that Latricia went on this girls' trip and sat right there in front of that lady's face, knowing she had been to her husband's home, that was trifling. But girl, Latricia been moving trifling. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, it does not take away from the fact that Melody, you did invite that woman out to get down to the bottom of the nitty gritty. You are concerned about the men that are in her life. You were taking slick jabs at Latricia. For somebody who you don't know, we're not going to sit here and pretend that Melody was not throwing shade at Latricia at that barbecue, saying stuff like, oh, you know, she even triggers me. Saying stuff like, oh, you know, you're being shady. You don't even know this lady. She triggers you because, girl, you're bothered low key. And a part of me does not want to believe, because I did say this, a part of me does not want to believe that Melody gives a damn about Latricia and Martel. But then, based after this show, a part of me now is leaning to maybe Melody does care a little bit. Maybe she does. Now she doesn't like Latricia. Melody, you were slightly being messy. I wish Melody just would say, "Girl, listen, I'm just trying. I just want to know, girl, what bitch I'm hanging around." Because the people saying you were screwing my husband while we were still married. Now I don't give a damn about the nickel no more. But girl, I'm not just gonna be sitting here smiling and breaking bread with somebody who was screwing my husband either. If she just came out and said something like that, then I was like, okay. But Melody is trying to play the, oh girl, I don't care. Oh, let's just go have lunch. What house was it the White House, the Blue House, the Purple House? Did it have a driveway, a swervy driveway? Did you drive up the mountaintop? Does that make sense what I'm saying? Um, She said, I walked in with the check for the children to congratulate them. Yeah, you did. But again, Melody, you're also a part of the game too. I just don't think it's just Latricia, it's both of them. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Um, let's be clear, you brought your shit to me. No, she didn't. She really didn't. You put yourself in the middle of the shit with Latricia. Quiet as it's kept. Um, Destiny, Latisha, and Martel. Girl. Martel is fine. I'm not gonna say act like Martel ain't fine. Martel is fine. Okay. I want to know if Martel is a punk. Martell, Martell, are you a punk? Because that's what Latisha and Marceau said. Girl, we still trying to figure it out. We don't know. They said you'll sleep with boys in college. That's what they said. I don't know. I wasn't there, so I don't know. When I tell you the way Martel clothes be tight, baby. When I say Martel pants be like this. Y'all see how much space I got in my jacket? This Martel pants. Martel pants. When I tell you Martel be having on, baby, super skinny jeans. Martel damn near be having on jeggings. Martel damn near have on compression tights. Martel damn near have on leggings. Do you hear me? But once again, Martel clothes be tight. Martel dressed like a punk from the early 99 and the 2000s. Martel dressed just how we used to dress. Back in the day, this is how all the punks used to dress. Not everybody. All the butch queens. This is how all the butch queens used to, just how we all used to dress back in the day. Our clothes would be skin tight. Especially if you was a little small too. Girl, when I said my pants used to be skin tight, shirt used to be skin tight, girl, everything you was gonna go down an extra size or two. Hey! Okay. When I tell you Martel was pumping up to that restaurant, and I saw that tight ass shirt and them tight ass britches. That's what my grandma messing with my grandma. Shout out to my nanny, because my nanny call them britches. Girl, take them tight ass britches off. But when I tell you Martel, britches be tight. I get it because my clothes used to be tight like that too. Used to. I said, "Ooh, girl, Martel, baby, you got on." When I tell you Martel love putting his son clothes on. Now for your son, they probably fit, girl. But for you, they tight. Hello, Martel gonna make sure he got on a tight shirt and some tight breeches. Like I said, as far as I'm concerned, Martel got on some leggings, some jeggings. For the girls who don't know what jeggings are, it's like a jean and like a legging, like the material is kind of like combined. They call them jeggings. And girl, they're gonna be skin tight all the way down to his ankles. Girl, I tell you, Martel clothes be tight. Girl, Martel gonna have them pants gonna be. Girl, he having a super skinny jean, like the super skinny, the super skinny. Anyways, let me leave Martel clothes alone. He's still fine. He just ain't about shit. It's always the farmers who ain't about shit, huh? Anyways, so Destiny, you's a little bit tired and through. You are, girl. Now I will say this much: in Destiny's defense, I don't think she probably knew the ins and outs of. Well, she was there, so she knew. But I don't think she know. I don't think she probably knew that Marceau and Latisha were not actually really like they really not fooling with Martel. So I could see her just like, girl, we going to brunch, just come. On the flip side, on the other side of it, it's like, girl, you were clearly being sneaky. Because the simple fact that you and Latricia sat there, and I felt like, a part of me felt like the reason why they edited that scene the way that they did. Remember when they kept kind of like, you know how like they try to make it seem as though it's a long time in conversation. Like they were talking about their makeup, their hair. You know how they do Quad on Married to Medicine when Quad, Quad is long. We are long winded. But they tried to make they edited the scene to make it seem as though they had been there for quite some time before Martel showed up, even though I don't think they were there really that long. But the simple fact that she didn't even mention Martel coming, it's kind of like, girl, that's that sneaky shit that people probably be talking about, Destiny. Because even if you didn't know that Martel and Marceau, not Martel and Marceau, yeah, Marceau and Latisha were not fooling with each other. The other side is like, did you know something? Because why would you not mention to Latisha, oh, you know Martel coming, right? Like she didn't say nothing. Destiny, you're a little messy for that. You are. When I tell you, bitch, Martel hit that corner, and girl, Latisha had just got her food. You could, baby, the plate was still. That's why they were not at that restaurant that long. Destiny had the food had just come out. I think Latisha probably took her first or second bite. The plate was still full. Girl, Martel hit that corner, baby. Latisha looked up. And she said, baby, she said, I'm going to dismiss myself. That's what she said. She said, dismiss. I'm just saying what she said. She said, I'm going to dismiss myself. She said, I can't sit with the enemy. I can't sit with the enemy. My husband isn't here. But when I tell Latricia, not Latricia, when I tell Latisha grabbed her purse and punched it, I ain't paid for a ticket, a bill, or the mimosa, nothing. I don't blame her. I would have left too, girl. Y'all pay for it, shit. He said he was coming to apologize. I'm going to dismiss myself. I said, not dismiss. I know that's right. Um, she goes straight to Marceau. Can I say something? So Marceau is at the house that he's building. The house is going to be nice as hell, you can tell. Even though it's literally going to be like a sore thumb sticking out. The house is going to be gorgeous, but in comparison to the other homes around, have you ever driven through a neighborhood and they have like a traditional style home or some older homes, and then they have that one girl 2025 modern type of home, contemporary, shaped like a box, right in the middle of the neighborhood? You know what I'm saying? That's what it's basically giving. Um, so she basically tells him that Marceau popped up. I mean, not Marceau. She tells Marceau. Marceau is her husband. She tells Marceau that Martel popped up, and she tells him that she left, and he says, it's hard to be your protector when I'm not around. Can I say something? I got a tug on Tisha and Martel and Marceau's wig just a little bit. I have said, especially in seasons past, when I have reviewed this show, especially when Martel was dealing with Melody and they were really going through it, Martel was giving me tick, 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 boom. He was. Martel was giving me tick, 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 boom. He was. The thing that I think is a problem with me now, because even though I have said that Martel does give me tick, 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 boom, I just want to know what was a turning point for Marceau and Latisha, whatever her name is. Because now they're trying to paint this picture of Martel basically being this dangerous, unstable man. And for me, I feel like I have been saying that Martel is a little unstable, especially when he was going through the stuff with, that's what I felt. I don't know if that's true or not. But I just want to know what was the turning point for Marceau and Martel, because Martel pretty much been the same nigga since season 1. Does that make sense what I'm saying, y'all? Now all of a sudden Marceau and Latisha, it's, oh, you can't be around Martel because he's so unstable and we don't know what he could do. I don't know why I'm talking like Karen, but I don't know why. I was thinking about Karen. Oh, drunk ass helper. Um, they're painting the picture that he's unstable, and Tisha shouldn't be around him because he doesn't have the emotional intelligence, or he doesn't have um, enough control over his emotions. But girl, y'all been around this man for 9 seasons, and Martel has been the same person. I just want to know what was a turning point for Latisha, and Marceau, that now they feel that Martel is an unstable human being. Because like I said, the nigga been showing up the same way since season 1. And we've seen Martel act a fool with Melody. And y'all still brought y'all asses around being his friend, saying that Martel was a good guy. Hey, Marceau. Kimmy, the same thing, saying Martel was a decent man, or whatever word she used. Does that make sense what I'm saying, y'all? Like, I feel like they're a little low key full of shit. Again, everybody wakes up at different times of the day. I've been clock Martel a long time ago. Maybe they just woke up. But my whole thing was, and I've said this too, I don't trust no nigga. If you'll drag and disrespect your wife like that, you'll damn sure drag and disrespect me. So whenever Martel was walking around her disrespecting the dog shit out of Melody and dragging Melody every which, well, not physically, of course, but dragging Melody, That was an eye opener for me, because if you're I don't give a damn what nobody got to say. If you'll disrespect the mother of your kids, yes, yes, yes. If you'll disrespect the mother of your kids, a bitch who laid on her back and gave birth, and then you'll turn around and some of y'all name y'all kids after these men, give y'all kids these niggas last name, and they disrespect you, bitch, he'll damn sure disrespect me. Latisha, if he disrespected his wife, he'll damn sure disrespect you. Marcel, if he disrespected his wife, the mother of 4 of his motherfucking children, he'll damn sure disrespect you. That's how I look at it. How you treat your baby mama? How you treat your wife? Oh, baby, if you'll wear her out, you'll damn sure wear me out. Stay away from me, girl. Go away from me with this Apollo. Hello? I'm just saying. Anyways, Destiny had a scene with her father. Her father was ill. All I'm going to say is this. Destiny, we've heard this story before. Girl, we don't need to hear it again. It's no shade. About her upbringing, her being in foster care, and I guess, her father having to come and get her. Girl, we already heard this story. I will say that her father does look different. Maybe, we watch a lot of reality TV over here, so sometimes I get these characters mixed up. The man I had in my head was a younger man. Vibrant, not slow to move. So when I saw her father, I was like, oh. But then when she said he was, I do remember her saying he was sick even before this scene. You can tell that his illness really aged him. Because I don't remember that. I'm telling you, unless I'm thinking about somebody else, Daddy, I don't remember him this way. But again, he was sick. And I think she said this scene that he was in the hospital for like 30 days. That's a long time to be in the hospital. 30 days. Girl, if I ain't gone in a couple of hours, I get worried. Hello? Okay? But if I got to be gone in a couple of hours, girl, at that point, girl, I'm calling everybody, girl, something is going on. Anyways, but it was a touching scene nonetheless. But we've heard this before. I felt like it was unnecessary to hear it again. Destiny and Lance. I ain't gonna lie, girl. Lance kind of fine. I ain't gonna lie, Lance. I think I already said that. Lance kind of fine. Lance is kind of fine, but that nigga been married twice. That nigga said he been married twice. Lance is, for y'all who don't know, Lance is Neil and Chris's son. I think that's Chris's stepson. But anyways, that's Neil and Chris's son. I think he might be the oldest one. I think that's her son from a previous relationship. But baby, Lance is fine, but he said he been married twice, and both of his marriages lasted less than 2 years. Girl, so you just marry, you just go on a date and get married, basically. I said, "Ooh, girl." They're at Destiny's public storage. Girl, let me shut up. I'm happy for Destiny. I really hope Madonna takes off, because when I tell you one thing about that Destiny, baby, she is not letting Madonna go. Girl, she got to rebrand, rebrand, and rebrand. Miss Thing on rebrand. I think now it's a home and fragrance type of line. Can I say something? And I think everybody should shoot for their dreams. I don't know how many people are going to have something in their home that says fuckboy energy, a big D energy. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Like, I want a cute candle with a cute label. Cute, like, I don't want no big bottle. I don't want no bottle sitting in my house. I don't want no candle sitting on my house that got F boy energy on it. That's just me though. I'm just saying, it's a little ghetto. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's a little ghetto to me. It's a little ghetto. It's a little hood. F boy. Girl, I'm not having no candles sitting on my table in my living room that say F boy energy or big D energy. But I guess it's for a certain. I guess if you, I don't know, girl, I'm too old for that. I'm sorry. That's just me. But I like that. Y'all know I like this, and I'm just saying I think it's a little ghetto. Y'all don't think? Y'all don't think so? Anyways, so she's getting ready for her relaunch. She's having a party later on in the episode. Kimmy and Latisha pop up. They don't know what's going on with this storage. So basically, it's not actually. It looks like a storage. It really does look like a storage. That's a storage, girl. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say. But we got to start somewhere. Okay, girl. I'm sitting on my couch. I'm not in no studio. So we all have to have humble beginnings, right? But she at the bottom. You could tell by the way they walked out. It's not actually like a storage building. At the bottom, it actually has stores. So I guess you kind of have to work your way. I don't know, girl. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Girl, I just know that's what her stuff. Girl, that's her shit. We're gonna move on. So they're all outside. Destiny, Kimmy, and Latisha, because they popped up. Did I say they popped up? Girl, not popped up, but they came. They stopped by. And did y'all hear Latisha when she said was they were talking about Melody's party, the brunch that she had, the mimosas with Melody. And y'all heard Tisha say, was Moses there? Now, you know damn well not Martel, you know damn well Marcel and I already went home and told Tisha that Moses' ass is in jail. So here she goes, being messy. I don't mind the girls being messy. That's the name of the game. So was Moses there? Girl, Kimmy, no, he wasn't there. You know, they say he's in jail. Here goes Stormy. You know, that makes me sad because I didn't want him to. I say, girl. Anyways, girl. Melody and Chris. Bitch. When I tell you, baby, niggas will girl, the niggas will throw niggas. When I tell you a nigga will throw a nigga under the bus and all to the same face, baby, did y'all catch that tea? We gonna get into it. Girl. So Melody and Chris go to some popcorn shop. You could tell the older lady that was at the popcorn shop, she was excited because when Melody walked in, she was like, "Hey y'all." And it was an older woman and a younger woman. And the woman was basically like, "Welcome in." And the other one was like, "Hey, welcome in. Thank you for." And then the younger girl looked at her like, "Girl, relax." Girl, it was actually kind of funny. You have to go back and watch it. If you were looking down, you wouldn't have noticed. Let's talk about Chris. My good eye is on Chris. I think Chris is sneaky as F. I do. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, because sometimes I need some help remembering stuff. I'm getting a little older now. Didn't Chris say, oh, Melody wanted to meet up with Chris to basically find out what happened between him, Martel, and Latricia? Chris, I said, this is what I put. Didn't Chris say he knew they were related? And when I put they, Latricia, he just didn't know her first name. He knew her last name. Didn't Chris say that? But didn't he say in this, now if I'm wrong, then just erase everything I just said. But I think I remember Chris saying that he knew Latricia's last name, but he didn't know her first name. He knew that they were related somewhere down the road. That I could see that makes sense. Because believe it or not, I have relatives where I don't remember their first name, but I know, oh girl, that's so and so. Girl, I know their last name is so and so. So that made sense to me. I don't know all my relatives' first name, but I can probably tell you their last name. Okay. Um, but in this episode, he said that he didn't find out that they were related until after Martel basically found out who she was. Now, some of you told me, and I guess it makes sense, some of you told me that it probably wasn't hard for Martel to figure out who Latricia was because Latricia is a trainer at the gym. But the only pushback I have on that, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, Latricia is a trainer, but was it Trisha employed with the gym? There are plenty of people who are personal trainers. You just meet up at the gym and they train you. That doesn't mean that doesn't mean that the personal trainer is an employee of the gym. So it would be easy, I guess, for him to find out who she was if she was an actual personal trainer if she was employed at the gym. I don't know. I feel like Chris is sneaky, and I feel like it's more to the story. I do, and low key. Even though I'm still out on whether or not Melody really gives a damn, or if she just being messy because she really ain't got shit else going on. But low key, I'm not mad at Melody for trying to figure out if Chris, because this is the thing. Listen, niggas ain't shit and bitches ain't shit. Okay, girl. But I do think it's a little bit different when you want to play the role of like a mentor. But then I find out that while you were mentoring me and my husband, you possibly were also setting him up with other bitches. You see what I'm saying? That is a difference. It's a difference between Martel calling one of his homeboys and saying, "Oh, well, it's some bitches at the gym. Where the hoes at?" You know what I'm saying? He like, yes, it's some bad bitches up here. You know what I'm saying? That's a little different in comparison to someone who is supposed to be mentoring you and your wife in the marriage. And then him calling the mentor or the person who I guess is helping him work through whatever issues, and him like, some girls up there. He like, yeah, some girls up here. That's the difference. Melody ain't wrong on that one. Like, girl, how you was basically trying to help me in my marriage, but also telling him about other girls who he could potentially hook up with. Chris is sneaky. Chris don't do a lot of talking. Chris do just enough. But Chris, my good eye is on you. Fuck my good eye. Both of these motherfuckers on you, Chris. Chris, I think you sneaky boots. And I feel like your story doesn't change. Now I'm gonna wait until the cousins tell me in the comment section. The question is, did Chris tell us in previous episodes that he told Martel who she was because that was a relative of his down the line? And he knew her last name, but not the first name. But this episode, he said he didn't find out that was related until after Martel showed him the picture. Did Chris say that? But even if I am wrong about that, I still feel like Chris is a little sneaky. I do. I do. And I tried to give Chris the benefit of the doubt the last episode because I remember saying that I guess if it got to the point where Melody and Martel had reached the end of the road, then Chris could have been like, "Well, girl, the marriage is over, so it doesn't matter anymore." But I feel like I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Mm. Um, she says Mel brings up that Martel told her the advice that he got in order to cheat was basically don't mess around with nobody who don't have shit to lose, and make sure they sign a contract. Bitch, when I tell you Chris told the T, clock this T. Some of y'all, I know some of y'all don't watch the show. Some of y'all, y'all got kids and husbands and wives and shit. So some of y'all be like playing, listening to the show in the background. But let me tell you what this nigga told Melody outside on that concrete at that goddamn popcorn shop. This nigga said, it wasn't me. Again, Melody was asking him, well, I want to know basically. I can't remember her exact wording, but she basically said, well, speaking of so and so, I remember Martel telling me that in order to get away with cheating, that the advice he got from other men was to make sure you make the girl sign an NDA or a contract, an NDA basically. And if you mess with somebody, make sure they have just as much to lose as you. And then he said, it wasn't me. He said, that sounds more like Maurice or some Marceau shit. I said, girl, wait. That nigga said right out there on that concrete in front of that popcorn stove, he said that wasn't me. He said that sounds more like more like some Maurice. I'm sorry. He said that sounds more like Maurice or some Marceau shit. To sign an NDA. I've been married for 30 years. I don't have time for that. And Melody said, well, you had time one time. God said, bitch. I said, Melody standing on big business. She said, well, you had time one time. Because he cheat. Supposedly he cheated on his wife with Nell. Hello, that's what they say, allegedly. And then he turned around and cheated on Nell. That's how y'all always think the nigga ain't gonna do y'all like they did the other bitch. Okay, girl, he dogged your ass out too. Hello. Um, he said that wasn't me. That sounds more like some Maurice. Some Maurice or some Marceau shit. I said, baby, the niggas is throwing the niggas under the bus. I'm here for it. It ain't my business. Okay, that's what he said, y'all. I said these niggas be keeping secrets. I guess you're supposed to, right? I'm about to say something that's real trifling. Girl, now I'm about to sound like a nigga. Okay? Now I'm about to sound like a nigga. I just this is just what I believe. This is gonna sound so. I hate that I'm about to say this, but I've said this before, and I'm standing in it. I don't care what none of y'all say. I just sound like a straight man right now. But I do believe that, girl, if everybody doing dirt and somebody get caught, I don't think that you should go and tell what the other people are doing. I don't. And I feel like all of them were doing dirt. I do. And I feel like Martel, he fucked around and he didn't stand on big business. You went and messed with that young girl named Ariane, and your spot got blew up. Everybody else, they followed they followed it's no tea, no shade. Girl, everybody else sound like they followed instructions. Mess with somebody who got something to lose and come make sure they sign an NDA. Because up until recently, that girl who did that interview with Martel and Ariane, we ain't really heard nothing about none of the girls coming forward up until recently. And quiet as it's kept, from what y'all told me, the interview was some bullshit. And I'm leaning more to the interview being bullshit because I tell you why. Something that explosive, a side chick, as much as side chicks been around since the beginning of time, they ain't going nowhere. I don't remember. I'm not saying that they did not, but I don't remember seeing any blog post clips from that interview. For the most part, when things, pop off, the neighborhood talk, shade room, somebody will post a clip, right? The only clip that I remember seeing is when the interview first was announced, but after the interview aired, I don't remember people talking about the interview. I don't remember people posting clips, and I was like, okay, that must be some bullshit. Because ain't nobody even talking about it. But yeah, girl, I just feel like if you gonna cheat, if everybody doing dirt in the group, and then basically your spot is blown up, I don't think it's fair that you throw everybody else under the bus. And I'm gonna stand on it, bitch. I think that's exactly what Martel and Melody are doing. I don't care what nobody say, girl. I think a part of me feels like Melody is still pissed off that not only did she know her husband was cheating, but these other people knew her husband was cheating, and they probably knew more information than her. And I think she pissed off and she want her lick back. And I think Martel is definitely pissed off because, girl, he done lost everything because it wasn't supposed to go this way. I was supposed to be able to have a girlfriend and a wife. And my wife was supposed to forgive me. Hell, y'all wives forgave y'all. I think that's what Martel is on. I really do. We're going to get into it. And then Melody finally decides to go to the ceremony. They're having a vow renewal ceremony for what's her name? I was gonna say Glendale. I'm thinking about Bell Collective. What's the nigga name? Chris and Nell. She said she knew that the RSVP ended 2 days ago, but she wanted to see how the conversation was gonna go with Chris before she decided to go. Girl, can I say something, Melody? Girl, the way you going, baby, you need to leave the show. Girl, if you going down the line of people you don't fool with, girl, at this point, girl, quiet as escape. You don't really fool with nobody on the show. We're gonna be honest. um. So Destiny's party. It was a nice party. It was a nice setup. It was a nice venue. It was really really cute. So shout out to Destiny. This is a relaunch party for Madani. Um. Nail. Nell invites Sunny to her. I guess she's having a bachelorette party. She's having a party for her wedding, her vow renewal ceremony. Girl, can we just talk? Girl, Nell, why the fuck are you inviting Sunny to this party? Okay, girl. It's one thing for us to go down this road of cast members needing to be at the parties and all that stuff. I get it to a certain degree. Girl, Sonny, girl, Sonny, you don't even know Sonny, Nell. Why do you feel the need to invite her to some shit, especially like a vow, like a wedding, basically? You met that lady one time. She's not that big of a cast. I could see people feeling that cast members should be for the girls who hold the peaches. But a friend of who really just popped back in the scene the other day, there's really no need for her to be there. That's messy to me. Anyways, um, Megatron is bothered. Megatron is Ken. That's what Nell called Ken. He's basically bothered because you know what I'm tired of? I'm gonna be honest. I'm tired of the Martel and Latricia storyline. Girl, at this point, girl, we either think they fucked or either we think they did. But girl, to keep it's like they keep going. I feel like at some point, in order for Ken to kind of shut this down, he needs to shut it down. Like, in order for the conversation to stop, he needs to stop partaking in the conversation. Like, girl, I'm not gonna keep talking about Martel and Latricia. That shit happened. The truth of the matter is, it happened before Ken and Latricia got into a relationship. So in the grand scheme of things, it really doesn't matter who Latricia was fucking. If she was, if she wasn't, it doesn't matter because they were not exclusive. They were not in a relationship. So they keep trying to make it a thing. But Ken also keeps Ken. Now I'm not gonna say Ken keeps bringing it up, but Ken brought it up at the table with the guys about. I put basically he's bothered that he and Latricia that people. He's bothered basically that girl. Listen, this is what it comes down to. He feels a type of way because I think at this point they probably had took a break. They probably took a break from filming. I think they probably took a break from filming, then they came back and started filming again. And so at this point, they probably already saw all the reviews, all the comments online. You can tell by the way they're talking. He feels the way that he looks like a fool, and Latricia had something to do with it. Latricia did because Latricia set that man up for failure. You know I don't mind. You know I don't mind dragging these niggas because sometimes we got to pull on the girls' wigs too. Latricia, you set Ken up for failure. You did. The girl. I don't give a damn what Latricia say. Latricia, the only way it's gonna make sense if Latricia is just a bona fide hoe and sell pussy. You see what I'm saying? For her not to remember that she went to Martel's house, the only way that will make sense is for a man or a woman to just be a bona fide hoe and just have a revolving door of men or women coming through their homes or them going to somebody else's home. But you not to remember that for you to go on a show. Listen, I'd have had a one night stand or 4 or 5, okay? And I don't remember every nigga I done slept with. I'm not gonna say I'm playing y'all face, but I feel like in this situation, for her to be going onto a show, knowing that she knew, that's the thing, she remembered Martel. She should have told Ken, listen, hey, I'm sure the shit gonna come up. I went to the nigga house, ain't nothing happened, or this is what happened. So when we start filming, it's gonna come up. You're not caught off guard. Ken was caught off guard every which way because Latricia did not tell him that I've been to the nigga house. She knew who Martel was. She remembered. This is not a case of a one night stand and you just don't remember. A lot of people have one night stands. A lot of people don't remember the one night stand. That's why it's called a one night stand, okay? But Latricia remembered going, she knew who Martel was. So now Ken feels away because it's like, girl, I look like a fool, and people are questioning our relationship. People are questioning why are we together when the marriage is not over. The fact of the matter is, people do move on even when they are still legally married. Girl, people still fuck other people while they're still in committed marriages, right? So if somebody is going through a divorce and the ink hasn't dried on the paper yet, people always move on. It is what it is. Um, but Ken, the next episode, what I'm going off into a whole rant. Girl, let me reel it back in. Girl, we'll talk about the next episode when the next episode comes. He basically says that if the relationship comes to an end, the only way he'll be hurt is because of the kids. Girl, no, you'll be hurt because we not gonna play this game. Like, y'all niggas be killing me. And I'm glad they told him, like, stop trying to be so motherfucking hard. Like, y'all niggas be killing me trying to act like y'all ain't got no emotions and y'all ain't look, girl, y'all will slice a bitch throat. Bitch, knock somebody's head between a washer and a dryer. Girl will throw somebody's body in a Mississippi River. If you feel like a woman done cheated on you, or she done, girl, but y'all be trying to act like Ken trying to act like I ain't gonna care. I ain't gonna care. You would care. Okay. Anyways, girl, I'm done talking about Ken and Latricia because I really don't give a fuck, honestly. Oh, bitch, here we go. Marceau, Latisha. Is her name Latisha? Latisha and Martel. When I tell you, bitch, the way Martel sat right in front of Marceau and disrespected the dog fuck out of his wife, I said, girl. Marceau, bring your ass here. Come here, you nigga. You come right here, because I got something to tell you. So this is how the scene went. You could tell they all told the cast members to leave because everybody got up and left. They probably said, y'all need to leave because Martel, Latisha, and Marceau about to shoot a scene. So Marceau and Latisha sit down. Martel walks over. And Latisha said in the confessional, you know, here Marceau here Martel go again. But my husband is here. My protector is here. Girl, if that's what you call protecting, girl, don't protect me. Latisha, she gets up and she's about to leave because she feels as though I don't need to be a part of the conversation because I don't have nothing to do with it. Like, y'all, this is what she said. You disrespected him and he disrespected you. I don't have nothing to do with it. He disrespected Tisha in the process. But Latisha whole thing was, I ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm done. Marceau can handle it. Okay, I'm not mad at it. It is what it is, right? Latisha, I don't got nothing to do with it. I'm leaving. Marceau tells her, how about you just sit down, please? Can I say something? One thing I will never understand, and it is perfectly okay. And I know a lot of y'all gonna disagree with me on this, and that's okay. That's the beauty of this channel. We all disagree. We can go on about our business. One thing that I love about Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Damon's relationship is that while I have seen it with my own eyes, Dr. Damon has pulled Heavenly in sometimes. Like, you need to stop. Let's go. Right? But Dr. Damon is also not going to try to put a muzzle on Dr. Heavenly. Like, at the end of the day, Dr. Heavenly is a grown ass woman who should be able to say whatever she needs to say. Now, you should watch how you say it. But of course, if I have something to say, I'm going to motherfucking say it. I think it is weird when I see people who feel as though that's my husband. If he tells me to shut the fuck up, then I'm going to shut the fuck up. Girl, you are a grown ass woman. And in this case, you were disrespected by a grown ass person who was Martel. Latisha should be able to say what the fuck she wants to say to Martel. And if Martel then decides to buck, that's when Marceau needs to step in and buck back. But to basically have Latisha sit there and look like a fucking idiot and not be able to say anything. What was the point of Latisha sitting there if you're going to tell Latisha to stay, but when she tries to speak, you tell her to shut up? What was the point of her being there? Latisha should be able to say what the fuck she needs to say to Martel because Martel disrespected her. I'm not going to not say what I need to say. I'm going to say what I need to say. And you being my husband, if he does start to get disrespectful, then you can step in because I can't fight this grown ass man. But I'm going to say what I need to say. And you're not going to shut me up. I love the fact that Heavenly can say what the hell she want to say. Yes, Damon has pulled Heavenly to the side. Yes, Damon has checked Heavenly. As much as people say that he hasn't, he has. But at the end of the day, Heavenly is still a grown-ass woman. So I think it's kind of weird when I hear people say stuff like, your husband need to get you. Girl, that I guess if you have that relationship where like your husband is your owner, then I guess it makes sense. But as a successful woman, a millionaire, bitch, I'm smart. Ain't nobody just gonna shut me up. Bitch, I ain't no millionaire. I mean, I'm a little smart, but bitch, I ain't no millionaire. You know what I'm saying? But bitch, it's only a handful of people who can probably like reel me in. If I'm probably about to go off, it's a handful of people who can be like, girl, you need to calm down. Okay, girl, let me calm down. But for the most part, I'm gonna say what the hell I need to say, and I'm gonna be done with it. Anyways, okay, let me get back to this. She tries to Martel say, woo, when she tried to leave. I put Marceau, shut the fuck up. He says the things you say actually affect our marriage. See, this is what I be talking about. Marceau, you come here. Because the fact of the matter is, Martel has been disrespecting your marriage since season 1. Martel was the one who let us know either you had 20 girlfriends or you were scoring 20 girls. But whatever it was, he was letting it be known that you were supposedly out here cheating on your wife. And even after all the things that Martel has done and said about you, you still were his friend. You still called him a good guy. Now, all of a sudden, season 9, girl, episode 11, whatever episode this is, now all of a sudden the things he said actually affected your marriage. Girl, Martel been talking about your marriage since season 1. We in season 9. Tisha starts to talk. Marceau basically tells her to be quiet. Why the fuck am I here? Latisha, I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I don't have respect for no woman, no man, no non-binary, no non-gender conforming, no trans woman, no trans. I don't have respect for nobody who will sit there, even if it is your goddamn husband, wife, girl, poly relationship. Girl, you're not going to just tell me to shut the fuck up. I'm just not going to be quiet. I have something to say. And I'm going to say it because he disrespected me. And if you want to protect me, then if this nigga start to get a little wild, then you need to get a little wild. But just shutting the fuck up ain't gonna work for me. Because if you wanted me to be quiet and not say nothing, hell, I could have just left when I was gonna leave. My whole point is when Tisha tried to leave, I didn't see an issue with that. But now you have Tisha sitting here for what? Martel, he tries to be, what did I put? Martel said that Martel keep trying to push his buttons. He says, I feel you should, he told Marcel, I feel you should tread lightly. And then he says, Marceau basically tells him, you can try to ruin my marriage, but you're not gonna ruin my marriage. And then he says, when I tell you Martel said right there in front of Latisha and Martel and told, baby, when I tell you bitch, I said bitch, girl, Martel, bitch. Martel said, you let me know how slow your wife is. I said, what? Martel sat right there in front of Marceau and Latisha and told Marceau to his face, you just let me know how slow your wife is. You let us know how slow your wife is. You should be embarrassed. Girl, what? I said, bitch. Wait a minute. He didn't even stop there. He said, you're horrible by putting your wife in this situation. And then Latisha said, oh, every man wish he had one like, no, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Latisha said he wish he had one like me. And then Martel said, girl. And then Martel said, oh, every man wish he had one like you, Tisha. I said, bitch. Bitch. And I'm going to tell you, I want y'all to go back and watch it. When Martel said, hold up. When Martel said, you just let me know how slow your wife is, look at Tisha's face. Tisha's face went just like this. Like it stung. It stung. Go look at Latisha's face. Latisha, whatever her name is. Go look at Latisha's face. When Martel said, basically, your wife is slow. Your wife is slow and you should be embarrassed. Latisha made a face. It hurt her. Girl. Now this is your protector. I'm not saying that I really don't want the people to be fighting. I really don't. But girl, you out here screaming at your protector. And girl, he not even wrapping Martel up. Girl, this man done called you slow. He done said you were an embarrassment. And he called that girl pathetic. I said, bitch. When I say Martel was uber disrespectful, girl. But the gag is he was uber disrespectful to Marceau's face. Now, it could have been the editing because the last go around, when they got into it at Destiny's Field Day event, a lot of the shit was cut out that Marceau said back to Martel. So it could have been, this could have been a situation of girl, Marceau did respond and they just cut it out with the shit that Marceau was saying. Because the last time, they still, Carlos over there still trying to protect Martel. We're going to just call it for what it is. He says, oh, every man wish he had one like you, Tisha, a man who can do whatever he want and you'll accept it. And then Tisha was like, he just doesn't know we're unfuckwittable. Girl. Remember that saying a long time ago? I forgot where that came from, but I remember that somebody saying that years ago, unfuckwittable. He just doesn't understand that we're unfuckwittable. And then she said, I'm going to the restroom. And then Marceau told Martel, you sound pathetic. And then he said, no, you make your wife look pathetic. Bitch. And then Marceau said, at that point, Marceau could have won the battle, but girl, at this point, girl, Martel done disrespected your wife, girl, 4, 5, 6 times in 4 minutes. Girl, I'm simply better than you. Understand that in every aspect of your life. Girl, I just don't get it. I don't, girl. Like I said, I don't want anybody to fight. I don't like the whole fighting shit. I don't. Martel is fighting with his words. And he on one. And I just feel I just don't understand the point of Latisha sitting there if she wasn't going to be able to speak. Again, here we go with Latisha being disrespected not once, not two, not three, but I think 4 times, all in the span within 5 minutes, a 5 minute segment of the show. And Tisha wasn't even really able to defend herself. Like, I get it. I'm real, y'all. For the people who might be new to my channel, I have said this, I've said it, and I'll say it again. I don't like when women put men in the middle of shit. I don't. I do feel like some women do gas their husbands up to like be put in the middle of some shit. But I don't buy into the whole a woman should just sit there either. If your wife is being disrespected, your wife as a grown ass person, you shouldn't be disrespecting nobody, really, kids included. But as a grown ass person, your wife should be able to speak up for herself. And I feel like where Marceau should come in is if Martel then really, really crosses the line. Like, to me, Tisha should have been able to cuss. Can you imagine Martel talking like this to Kenya Moore or Dr. Heavenly? Girl, it would it probably would have got to the point where the husbands would have to step in, because a bitch like Dr. Heavenly gonna cut Martel to the white meat. Kenya gonna cut Martel to the white. You see what I'm saying? But they're just not gonna sit there and let nobody just disrespect them. And at that point, you might need to step in. I don't want the people to be fighting. I don't want it to get to a point where it's just where the girls have to fight. But in the same breath, I'm not gonna let nobody sit here and disrespect me either. I'm not gonna let nobody sit here and call me stupid and pathetic and embarrassment. And I'm just supposed to sit here and shut my mouth and throw away the key. Baby, please, I would have been turning Martel ass up at that motherfucking table. Girl, we would have been reading the dog shit out of each other. Girl, this show was a mess. Anyways, I'm done, child. Girl, I don't care, girl. Let me tell you, it ain't my wife. It ain't my husband. It ain't got nothing to do with me, girl. At the end of the day, I don't give a damn. That's it. Girl, I'm done. Is that it? I think that's it. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good day. Girl, let me look over my notes on it. Let me make sure. Y'all know I always forget some shit. Y'all know I'm long-winded as hell. I be forgetting shit. Yeah, that's it, girl. I'm done. If it ain't, girl, we'll have to just talk about it next week. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good night. Bye, y'all. No, I changed my mind. Let me say this. I don't want a fight to happen, but if a fight happens, a fight just happens. There is no way that Latisha should have just sat there and remained quiet. I don't give a damn if her husband did tell her to be quiet. Because I tried to get up and leave. From the start, before the conversation even began, I tried to get my black ass up and leave, and you told me to sit here. So I sat here. And you want me to remain quiet. I try and speak, you tell me to hush. You ain't saying shit. So I'm supposed to sit here, not say anything, and then on top of that, remain quiet while this man disrespects me. If a fight happens because I disrespected him back, then that's what's just going to have to happen. I'm not going to let nobody sit here in front of my face and call me stupid, pathetic, and embarrassment. I think he said pathetic when she walked away. I think he said she was embarrassing. What did he say? Let me look at my notes. He said to that lady's face that that Marceau should be embarrassed. I mean, that Marceau should be embarrassed, and that your wife is slow. Hello, and that basically every man wants a woman like Tisha who basically stupid. He pretty much called Tisha everything but a dumb bitch. He was this close to saying it. Hello. Again, I don't want the people to fight, but I just think it is weird as hell to me that you sit there and I'm not allowing nobody to just talk to me crazy like that. I'm not. And if a fight happens due to the words that are coming out of my mouth after this man has disrespected me for the second time, then a fight just happens. Because you not saying nothing. Girl, quiet as this kept. This is the second time where, well, they said the first time they didn't really show what Marceau said. But for Marceau to sit there and kind of just, I guess, try to take the high road, girl, you can't take a high road with a nigga like Martel. But you gotta take the back alleyways, bitch. You gotta go down, girl, to the streets they say don't go to. Bitch, you gotta go behind the dumpster. Bitch, you gotta go to the pits of hell with a nigga like Martel, who was dog walking the dog shit out of Tisha in front of Marceau's face. And the simple fact that Tisha couldn't even defend herself because her protector is there. What the fuck is he protecting, girl? Letting his wife get disrespected about his nuke. And Marceau has the thing is, Martel, you the wrong, because Martel, you just mad because you lost your wife. Because the truth of the matter is, you really do want a wife like Tisha, girl, who probably will let her husband cheat in peace. I would never. Let me tell you something. I'm the wrong person to ask for advice for probably a lot of shit because I'm not set up the way that some of these other girls and boys are wired. I would never tell my sister to sit there and let somebody disrespect her, especially if her husband. Because if anything, bitch, I'm gonna be looking at her husband. Girl, you let this nigga disrespect your wife? Girl, you let this nigga disrespect my sister? Girl, my sister's not even. Girl, I ain't even bring my sister to. You know how many girls I know who would have not sat there and just got quiet because their husband told them to? No, I'm not going to hush. I'm going to say what I want to say. And if he gets disrespectful, then Mr. Protector, that's when you best hop in. But just being quiet for the sake of being quiet, oh, it's ladylike, it's demure, all that bullshit, whatever goes through people's mind. No, you don't let nobody disrespect you, especially when you got a motherfucking husband. Now, I can say I understand in some situations because these niggas are crazy. You might want to watch it a little bit, especially if you're a single woman. But for the most part, if you have a husband, you don't let nobody disrespect you. Because, bitch, if I can't handle it, bitch, the protector, like y'all said, a leader. He's the man. He gonna handle you, nigga. Anyways, that's all I had to say. Again, I don't want the girls to fight, but girl, if a fight happen, because girl, you only gonna disrespect me for so much. You got about 1 or 2 times to get a cute little lick in. It got to be some undercover shade that I'm just gonna let slide. But girl, well, Martel said I'm big and bold in your face. Girl, you're slow. Girl, you are slow. And you should be embarrassed that your wife is that goddamn slow. And girl, if I'm pathetic, she's pathetic. What did he say? Did he call her pathetic? No, you make your wife look pathetic. Yes. Girl, let me get the fuck up off of here. I done threw around, I got mad. Anyways, girl, I really ain't mad, girl. I really don't give a damn. Y'all know I'm a little dramatic when I talk. All right, girl, you know some of the girls be like, girl, you really worked up. Girl, I don't give a fuck about none of these people like girl, you think I give a fuck? You think I give a fuck because I don't? You give a fuck about none of these people like that, girl. I'm just dramatic when I talk. That's all. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good day. Bye, y'all.